Hi, and welcome to episode 41 of the Guy Who Sews podcast. My name is Sean, and this is my weekly podcast where I share my quilting adventures. I'd like to welcome both new and returning viewers to the podcast, but if you are new, I would love it if you take just a few moments to say hi and introduce yourself in the comments so we all know we have a new friend. Where possible, I like to include any products, patterns, or channels that I mention in the description below so you can reference those as needed. But if you need more information, definitely reach out and I'm always happy to help. So let's go ahead and get started with our works in progress. The first one is a kit that I bought quite a long time ago and I've talked about starting forever. And I finally got some of the stuff cut out. It's a somber quilt, and this is just a review of what it's going to look like. And I got the first block done, and it looks really, really nice. It's got a nice gray background, which will be the same background for all 24 blocks. But then the change is going to be the different colors that are going to be in each block. And then these are just the other colors that are in. Let's see if I can do this real quick without taking up too much time. Just a nice mix of yellows, oranges, and reds. And so I think it's going to look really, really pretty. It's going to be like a full-size quilt. It looks like it's going to be 62.5 by 94. Good gravy, that's a long quilt. Be perfect for a bed. So that's that. And then the other thing you may have seen already if you watched the live yesterday, and if you didn't, definitely check that out, which is the breast cancer ribbon. It is October, which is the breast cancer awareness. And so if you haven't had your check recently and you're of that age, definitely please do so. It's always easier to get it treated if you catch it early, and that's why I'm currently wearing pink. This is a shirt that I got my friend Courtney from Pieces Love and Quilting to make for me, and I'm joining a lot of other content creators, which has been spearheaded by Donna at Handmade by Ying, for us all to just create awareness for this very, very worthy cause. So that is what I have right now for our works in progress. So let's now move on to our week in review. And if you're new, this is just a series of clips that I take during the week, mostly of me sewing, but we also include some of the dogs and sometimes of the turtle sitting behind me, so I hope you enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the week in review video. It's one of my favorite parts, and it is definitely one of yours from what I understand. So last week, I asked you guys what your favorite flavor of ice cream was, and it was very, very interesting to hear all the different responses. I thought that chocolate would be the overwhelming winner, but it was not. It was a very wide range of answers, and I think vanilla, chocolate, butter pecan, and so forth were some of the more popular answers. My favorite is mint choc chip usually, and that was actually one of the top answers as well. So this week's question is, since we were talking at the state fair earlier this week, and some people asked me, did I try the fair food, and I'll answer that in just a moment, is what is a food that you really enjoy that you only get to have once every so often, either because it's not really good for you, or you just can't get it where you currently live, or so forth like that. So let me know in the comments. But to answer if I got fair food, I actually didn't. I was planning on getting a corn dog because that's one of the things we do at the fair. But the prices for those things were ridiculous. I mean, they were almost $10. So I figured I just ran down to one of my favorite places called Cookout and got myself a full meal with a burger, fries, and two corn dogs for the same price I would have paid at the fair. So, yep, no fair food, but that's okay. So in case you missed it, we had a few videos come out this week. The first one was last Sunday afternoon. It was the results for the state fair for the items that Amanda and I both put in. And if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I recorded it on site. Edited it in my car in about 10 minutes and uploaded it as quickly as I could, so that way you guys who have supported me so much during this process could get the results as close to as I did. On yesterday morning, I had my friend Stephanie from Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter join me, and we just hung out for about an hour and a half. We sewed, we chatted, we had a great time. If you've missed that video, it's definitely a great watch. Definitely go check that out as well. And then this morning, just before this released, I had my very first premiere with Martha's Creative Life. She is another new YouTuber. She's been doing this for a few months, and I interviewed her. So if you haven't checked it out, as soon as you finish watching this, go back and watch that. It's a wonderful interview. We had a blast doing it together, and I'm very excited to have released my very first premiere. Upcoming videos. I have a couple of videos planned for this week. The first one is going to be on Wednesday. I want to release my State Fair highlights video, which is going to be a more in-depth video about the quilt show itself. We'll show you more of the quilts that were submitted that were not mine, and then some more of the state fair itself. So that way, if you haven't been to a state fair or you want to compare it to your own state fair, it's a good way for you to see, just what is on offer at the fair. And if you are one of my international viewers, it'd be a great way for you to see it as well. And if you are watching from outside the US, let me know in the comments. I always love to hear the different places people are coming from and listening to me from. And then the other video I'm going to have is on Saturday morning. It's going to be part of my Brekkie with the Guy Who Sews Live. And my special guest this week has been on my channel once before, and I'm very excited to have him back. It is Stephen Bland with Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter. He is always a lot of fun to talk to. It's going to be a lot of fun and entertainment, because just Stephen being Stephen is just an absolute hoot. So I'm really looking to sewing along with him. We're just going to bring some works in progress and have a good time. So definitely join us for that. So now it is time to talk about my weekly goals. And if you're new, these are goals that I set for myself, not to necessarily hit each and every one. It just gives me a guideline of what I'd like to get done during the week. And if I don't hit the goals, it's perfectly okay. In a lot of weeks, I don't. The first one is I'd like to get some more progress done on the Somber quilt. Get this fabric cut out. Even though it looks beautiful, it needs to be cut out and turned into a wonderful quilt. It's been sitting around way too long. And maybe get a couple more blocks done. The next one is my Mythical Darksons quilt, and I haven't talked about this for a week or two because I haven't done anything with it, and that makes me sad. But I want to get more of this done. There's different blocks with different Darksons, and so I'd love to see at least one more block of that done this week, if at all possible. I would like to get the breast cancer ribbon finished. I'd like just to bind it and get it hanging up, so that way I'm going to plan on putting it right behind me where this pinwheel quilt currently is for the month of October. And then the last goal I have for this week is Clue 8 of the So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts. What a mouthful. Because Clue 9 is coming out this week, so I don't want to fall too far behind. What are your goals for this week? Let me know in the comments. Last week I asked if anyone would be interested in doing a group Zoom together, which would not be broadcast on YouTube. It'll just be a fun thing for me and my viewers to enjoy together, maybe once a month. And the positive response was overwhelming, and I'm excited to do this and move forward with this. I don't have final details yet, but I am looking at possibly doing it on a Saturday morning, probably after my live, so maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning once a month. So that way the folks on the West Coast can hopefully get up and join us as well, and go from there. Weekends will definitely work better for me because I do work full-time. This is not my full-time job as much as I'd like it to be. But we could also maybe even do a weeknight once in a while as well. We'll just have to see which direction this goes and what works best for everybody. So let me know what you prefer time-wise, and we'll try and move forward with this. So time for mail call, and I got some more blocks for the Sweet Treats block swap. And the first one is from my friend Courtney from Pieces Love and Quilting, and she sent me this one. And this is just a cool, fun block. It looks very cool and refreshing, and definitely great on a summer day. The second one is from Barbara Burnett, and she was in my group last time for the Tulip block swap, and I love seeing what she sent me. And this one almost reminds me a lot of Halloween with the green and the purple and the orange, and I just love this. So Barbara, if you're watching, please let me know in the comments. And then the last one I got is from Alicia, who's actually the lady who runs the quilts onto a channel and runs this whole thing. And this is the one that she sent me. So Alicia, again, if you're watching, definitely let me know in the comments. Thank you, ladies, for these wonderful blocks. They have really gone out above and beyond this time around, and I'm really looking forward to putting these all together into a quilt very, very soon. I love interacting with my viewers, and I love seeing your comments and the likes and everything else. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and tell a friend about the channel so we can help this channel grow. And we'll see you all in the next video, which I believe will be Wednesday morning for the Quilt Show review. And I hope you all have a great week. Happy sewing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.